mother was at distance. She was eyeing and glancing me occasionally. She would watch her daughter, then glance at me like she needed an escape because she didn't know where to put her eyes to, because she still felt embarrassed. She wouldn't know, like she wouldn't know where to watch. She would glance at her daughter while she would fill me a glass of tap water. And again, this muteness, this deafening muteness, this unbearable muteness. And again, I was lost in these thoughts, and my mind was in disarray. What next? What should I say next? I didn't know what to talk about. I was still trapped with hi, how are you? But we have passed the how are you. I assumed this is not the place of how are you anymore. I felt relieved, partially relieved, because I had still an erection, and my erection would not abate. I was thrilled. I was excited by this newness. But I didn't know what to do. I didn't know what to say. But I would get the chance to get myself together, to at least appear not as a freak, as someone normal, as someone who does this every day. Well, no matter what it means, does it every day, like being invited to other homes. I felt that this was awkward and I should not mention it. And she came back carrying water, carrying the glass of water, and she looked at me, embarrassed, and sat there, gave my water. The only thing I could say was, thank you. This is the only thing I could brought forward, the only words which some thought, in a way, escaped my mouth, the only way. Nothing else, just a thank you, and silence again. Both mother and daughter exchanged looks. And then she eyed me again. She stared at me, and this time I need to say something. I stammered something. I said, I started with, I saw you in the supermarket. She didn't respond. She just watched at me. She just started nodding. I think we went to school together. She became thoughtful. She was distressed, like I said, something awful. We went to school together. This was hurtful to her. She bent forward. She was thoughtful and even sad. I glanced at her mother. I tried to figure out, what did I say wrong? Was there anything? Her mother was still embarrassed. She tried to distract her. But occasionally she would glance at her daughter, would perceive her sadness. And I think I noticed a sigh from her, a sigh, a disappointment, a life that hadn't turned out the way they wanted. School, bad memories, what could it mean? I didn't know. I couldn't even properly remember how Rosa was in school. She was this normal woman. She was this normal girl. I did not remember. And now this grown-up woman becomes thoughtful, becomes even sad when mentioned that we went to school together. In my youth, I was mostly concerned with myself. I did not think about other people. I did not care about them at all. I occasionally saw them. I occasionally thought about other people. I was living in my own world. All this time, all my youth, I felt like I was in a slumber, like I slept all these years, through all these years, and right now I woke up and saw a reason, something, being. I woke up to see the beauty of life, and it struck me at first. I didn't know how to make conversation, and this proved it. She was fat. Rosa was thoughtful, sad. I asked her, everything okay? And she just looked up, glanced at me. I'm fine. But it was filled with sorrow, every syllable, with pain, as if someone would try force himself through pain, stifle her anguish, her sadness, her sorrow. There was so much sorrow in this I'm fine, like an echo from her heart, which then permeates every aspect of the room, which permeates the entire space, fills it with sorrow and sadness, and one is left behind to think about what might have hurt you, what might have destroyed your hopes, your wills, your belief in the future. And I imagine we all had plans in our youth. We all thought about somewhere to go. We all thought that one day we would be happy. No one thought about being miserable. At least I didn't think about it. At least I cannot remember that I would ever have thought about my life as ending up miserable, as ending up in a dead end, like I would have no way to go. I cannot imagine that someone thought about his life being miserable, being ending, leading to nowhere. But again, this was my life. This was how I saw the world. What did I know about other people? I was still this stupid boy who wanted to be a superhero, but who didn't even know why. Maybe to escape. But where, from what? Deafening muteness again. There was it again, this haunting muteness, this vexing, annoying muteness. I could not understand her. I could not fathom this fine. I'm fine. What does this even mean? I'm fine. Uttered in deep sorrow. Uttered with so much pain. What does it even mean? I'm fine. Said in so much anguish. I'm fine, and it has put dust on all the furniture and all the interior of this room, of that room. I'm fine. The world is fine. The chair in front of the window is fine. I'm just watching. Time passes by. I'm fine. Said with so much sorrow, I'm fine. And the world should make sense of it. I was mad about me because I did not fathom these moments. I did not know what people meant by it. What can you respond and reply to I'm fine? Said with sorrow. Changed the topic. We were not even talking about anything than small talk about superficial themes, not even about us, just about the day, how we pass time, trying to find explanations for our behavior, for our embarrassment, for our discomfort. It is fine. It does not appear like it is fine, even though I'm stifling tears. My tears, no, it is all fine. My life is fine. And their muteness. Thereafter always is muteness, deafening muteness. People are all thoughtful after I'm being fine. Thoughtful. And haunting eyes, and they again, mother and daughter were glancing at each other again. Some secret language which can only express itself through eyes, for lenses, subtle, so subtle that you can't even hear the vowels, the letters. What an eye can convey you. 1,000 words which is being conveyed in one glance, in one stare, in one eye. 1,000 words and you are kept out of it. A secret language. Then again, I felt this force to say something, to do something. I felt it. To soothe it, even to soothe this sorrowful find, to soothe this beautiful woman. This angel which led me up to here, this angel which was hurt. By whom? Hurt by life. Who knows? By plans, by stupidity, whatever you wanted. I wanted to soothe her, but with one. What with one? What can you say there? What can you say? And the only thing I could say, I was just on my way. I was just passing by, on my way. This is how I tried to convey it. I didn't mean anything. An ordinary day, like every day it is. I thought about it. I had to think about it. What day is it today? It is Wednesday. It is Wednesday. I assumed, I didn't know because I had stopped counting the days in my home. I didn't care about man days, about sun days. I had stopped counting the days. It was too oppressive. It was devastating. Every day you cross out on your calendar like you would trying to accomplish a goal, trying to prepare for something extraordinary in your life, and that's why you cross all these days on your calendar like you would be heading for somewhere. But I didn't have somewhere to go. The calendar, the days I would cross out would be devastating. It would be like you cross out day by day and come closer to your death, to your end, and being reminded that you will never escape these walls, these barriers you have put in your head. No, I had stopped counting the days. I only assumed it is Wednesday. And I was just passing by like every day. I was heading somewhere. Heading to turn around, to walk along the same circles my ancestors did, to walk and pass the same roads. Maybe generations of peoples before me did, who had no plan in life, just wanted to pass time, pass by, to go somewhere. Eventually it will become dark and then we will have a reason to go back home or go back somewhere where we assume someone was waiting for us, where we assume life cannot do without us, where we assume that we are needed. Of course, I imagined what it would be like. My home without me wouldn't be the same. Would it be the same anymore? Without me inhabiting it, without me living in it? Would it be the same without me? It was just another Wednesday, and she again did not respond, and I felt uncomfortable. I even became vexed, annoyed, because I was left in this muteness again, in this darkness, because I could not break through this silence, these fleeting glances, this exchange of thoughts, one might assume, which goes through eyes. One gaze has 1,000 meaning. I could not escape this cage, this trap from my youth. I was vexed, I was annoyed.